Hello, 911 speaking.
Help, please help. Someone broke into my house and stole my $10,000 painting.
Okay, miss, where do you live?
25th Street in the second house on the left.
I'm on my way.
Hi, officer, come in.
Oh, hello, miss.
Oh, I'll go get you something to drink really quick. Alright. Alright. Right this way. Oh my. That I can examine. Well, since I can't do anything about it, I can get you the best inspector in town. Alright? Hello, I'm Inspector Dynamite. Hi, Inspector Dynamite. Please take a seat. Okay, now that I've seen the crime scene, I would like to ask you a few questions. Were you awake when this happened? Did you hear the door close, or did you hear rumbling? Do you think you were awake? Yeah. Well, I did hear a few things, like I heard the person smash through the door. I heard breaking glass, so I kind of got a little suspicious, but in times like that, you would get really scared and you want to go downstairs. So that's what I was doing. So I'm gonna examine it, and I'm gonna take some evidence to a scientist, and he's gonna examine it and do some tests, and we may find the person. But for now, could you please write down any suspects that you would have? Anyone that you hate, anyone who hates you, anyone who really anyone who was even here during the day. Yep, sure. I actually have a few people in mind. Okay. Thank you so much, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you. Hello, Professor Sigmund. There was a crime recently done, and I just went to go examine it, and I brought some evidence because we really need to get down to the case. Over here, there's some ink samples because this was the letter that the person wrote, and so I think you can just get some of the ink. And I don't know what happened, but there was a blood stain on the wall. So I tried to collect it, and it's in this little tablet. And I got some tire tracks because they drove off, and what I did was I just copied the tire track, and this is it. She did write down her suspects for me, and they're right over here on the back of the page. So they're all here. She said she had about 8 of them, and if you could get back to me as soon as possible, that would be perfect. Thank you. So this is the pen sample from the crime scene. I will now find out which of these 4 markers match. By doing this, I will use chromatography paper, which is a special type of paper that separates mixtures. By using this paper, we can see which black pen matches with the crime scene. To start off, I will draw a line 1.5 centimeters apart from the bottom of the paper, and that will be the line that indicates where the paper cannot pass. I will then attach the paper to a stick that will hold the paper while it's in the water. After the paper is on the stick, I will draw a little dot on every line. Every paper has a different pen. I will then fill the 2 beakers with 50 milliliters of room temperature water. After this is done, I will put the 2 sticks in the water and wait for 10 minutes. After the paper is ready, put it on a paper towel so it can dry up. Make sure right when it comes out that you draw the water line, because once the paper dries, the water line will disappear. As you can see, pen B was insoluble while A was soluble, and pen C and D were both soluble. I think the paper that looks most alike with the crime scene is A, so to make sure I measured, and it turns out A was the match. Next, we will be looking at the tire tracks. To examine them, we have different prints, and how we got these prints were very simple. We take the car, apply some ink, and then roll it on any paper. By doing this to all 8 cars, we found out that the car that matched the crime scene was all year. Next, examining the blood. I have these special mixing trays that can really help you see if the blood has reacted differently or not. So first, I will add 10 drops to each tray. And after that, I will add 5 drops of the different solutes to the tray that they belong. After that, you mix each tray to see the reaction. After all of this, you will then examine the reaction and write down your observations. We then found out that the blood type that matched the crime scene was O positive. Hello, Inspector Dynamite. I'm very happy that you can make it today because we solved our case. It was very obvious with the evidence that you gave me that it was only one person who could have done it. And since the ink followed one pen, a pen by pens, that narrowed it down. But then, when we had the tire tracks, that narrowed it down even more since the tire tracks was by all year. And lastly, the blood sample could only be one type, O positive. So now that I've examined all of this, there's one person who could have done it, and that person is... I'm so happy you all could make it. We have found out who stole the missing masterpiece. We collected evidence and then we had to examine it. And when we examined it, it was very obvious who it was. Now everyone. The missing masterpiece was stolen by Regal Renita.
Guys, what's up? What's good? I'm helping Cheyenne here.
Oh, wait.